Did you know Brighton's tactical approach against Liverpool was eerily similar to Chelsea's old playbook under their former manager? This subtle yet fatal flaw handed Liverpool a dominant 3-0 victory, and today we'll break down why both Liverpool and Chelsea's recent performances reveal deeper tactical truths. Stick around as we dive into the FA Cup clash between Liverpool and Brighton, followed by Chelsea's Premier League showdown against Brentford. There's a special reason for analysing these two games together. Brighton's playing style under their current manager is strikingly similar to how Chelsea used to play under their previous coach. Essentially, Brighton kept running into the same issues, giving Liverpool plenty of opportunities. As a result, Liverpool's 3-0 victory exceeded my expectations. First, let's talk about Brighton. Admittedly, Brighton fielded quite a few backup players, so I initially predicted a narrow one-goal win for Liverpool, but Brighton's approach mirrored Chelsea's early days under their former manager, not relying on simple, direct long balls or rapid transitions, but instead using short, quick ground passes to build play. The difference is that with long balls or direct play, you can quickly conclude an attack, minimizing defensive risks. If you push high up the pitch and lose possession, the opponent won't find it easy to counter. But Brighton's method, much like Chelsea's earlier style, gives the illusion of possession-based play. Lots of short passes and build-up from the back. But it's not true control. The short, fast passes increase the likelihood of mistakes, often in midfield areas. When you lose the ball there, you're dangerously close to the opponent's attacking third, making counterattacks lethal. Liverpool's 2 goals in this game were perfect examples of quick counters. Liverpool's fullbacks, especially the right back, had plenty of space to push forward and contribute. One of them even scored, showcasing his midfield instincts despite playing in defence. Salah also had a standout performance, linking up well with others and even assisting a goal. By the 66th minute, he managed to break into the box and win a penalty, which he converted himself. This was arguably Salah's best game of the season so far. The question is whether Salah can maintain this form in the second half of the season. Realistically, his dip in form hasn't been drastic. He's an experienced player, and minor setbacks like international duty or fatigue are expected. His resurgence in this game was partly due to facing weaker opposition. His pace and explosiveness haven't improved significantly, but Brighton's fullbacks, particularly the Turkish defender, were defensively vulnerable. Against stronger defenders, Salah might not have found it so easy. Earlier in the season, we expected Salah to carry the attack with his individual brilliance. Now, Liverpool has adjusted their approach, spreading the attacking responsibility across the team. This shift has been positive. Players like Gakpo are delivering key passes, and the overall structure is moving in the right direction. Some argue that Liverpool shouldn't progress too far in the FA Cup to focus on the Champions League, but given Brighton's poor performance, a win was inevitable. Now, let's talk about Chelsea. Last night's Premier League match against Brentford kicked off at 11 p.m, and Chelsea conceded early due to poor defending. Brentford's defensive frailties were evident, and with Chelsea still in their so-called honeymoon phase under their new manager, I predicted a comfortable 3-1 or even 4-1 win. However, a red card after the 70th minute changed the dynamics, so tactical analysis is limited to the first 70 minutes. The red card decision felt harsh compared to similar incidents earlier in the season. The challenge wasn't excessively dangerous, but it was unnecessarily reckless. Chelsea's disciplinary issues persist even under new management, reflecting a lack of maturity. After going down to 10 men, Chelsea adjusted quickly, but Brentford lacked the creativity to capitalise. Chelsea's biggest weakness, set-piece defending, was exposed again. They conceded from a corner, failing to mark properly. Brentford's equaliser came from a well-delivered corner, highlighting Chelsea's recurring issues. Even with 11 men, they struggled to break Brentford down. Chelsea's early goal came from Brentford's defensive errors, but afterward, they lacked the cutting edge to extend their lead. Palmer missed a golden chance in the second half, which could have sealed the game. His form has been inconsistent, and while he had a half chance later, his lack of pace prevented him from capitalising. Chelsea's tactical approach remains unclear. At times they play with urgency, looking to finish attacks quickly, but this often leads to turnovers in dangerous areas. Other times they slow the game down, which reduces counterattacking risks, but also limits their goal-scoring opportunities. The so-called champion mode, where they overload one flank, has its merits, but without proper width, the attack becomes congested. Palmer, for instance, could drift wide to create space, but he often stays central, making it easier for defenders to close him down. Chelsea's improved game management is a positive, but their tactical identity is still muddled. The previous manager's preference for champion mode clashes with the current setup, creating confusion. Against weaker opponents, they can scrape wins, but against organised defences, they struggle. In the second half, Brentford pushed higher, creating more space, but Palmer's poor finishing and Chelsea's lack of pace in attack meant they couldn't capitalise. Substitutes were introduced too late, and while the post-red card adjustments were decent, the pre-red card inertia cost them. Overall, Chelsea's performance was a mixed bag. Better rhythm and control are promising, but the lack of a clear tactical direction remains a concern. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to show your support. See you next time.